Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all my non-binary friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Charvana. I go by the she, her pronouns, and this is
ACTORPAT. I go by he, him.
And we are watching The Last of Us Season 2. Now, I did have a couple other things that I forgot to mention on the last episode that I kind of wanted to cover. You chill with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better be, because this is what we're doing. But first of all, you guys should check us out over on Twitch as well. If you're not already subscribed here, hit that little subscribe-a-doo, and then go over to twitch.tv/Charvana and go over there and follow. Twitch.tv/ACTORPAT, go over there and follow. But now getting into some of the things that I was wanting to talk about of last time. One thing for certain, I'm in love with the writing of this, and I feel like that's been stated several times over. But my favorite thing about this whole entire series as itself is there are so many different theory possibilities where it could go, and I'm not going to be disappointed by any one of them. Oftentimes, well, go ahead.
Yeah, we're not locked into this is very clearly just going, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to see this. Because yeah, I have no idea where anything's going.
And as a mystery streamer and person that likes to write little twist things of murder mysteries, I keep feeling like there is always something that I would want to create and a storyline I would want to follow. And then not disappointed is the wrong word, but yeah, sometimes I get oh, they didn't go with my route. My route was pretty cool too. But I feel like there's so many different ways it could go. So, and I'm not going to be disappointed by any of them because...
Right. I mean, we were talking at the end of last episode. Yeah, what if they go the route that Ellie dies? What if they go the route that Joel dies? What if they go the route that, there's just, there isn't any clear-cut answer to anybody that hasn't played the game. Obviously, if you've played the game, you know theoretically what's going to happen, but neither of us have, and so we don't know what to expect.
So I'm really enjoying the series for that reason alone. Even I love that they incorporate risk, and it's still viable options for even main characters to no longer be main characters. So
a very HBO move.
yes, very much so. Something else I wanted to touch on just before we begin is, again, I know they did this in season 1. We talked about it a little bit there too, but I am loving the way that they're writing the genders in this as well. I think it's really cool how two of our main protagonists, the two girls, are the typical rambunctious ones that you would normally see as guy roles. I just normally see that as the mischievous, adventurous is normally written for the guy. And so watching these be two strong female identifying characters. Yeah,
we're going to break the rules. We're going to do what we want. We're going to do...
It's just fun. Yeah.
Well, and even to that point, last episode, the I don't know if he's the leader, but the guy that was in charge of the mission had said, had kind of quietly gone up to them and be like, hey, can you please follow my orders? He was the one that was the hey, please, he was the calming force versus a woman being the hey, you strong dudes,
which there's nothing wrong with anybody playing with any of the normal gender roles. I just know that in a lot of writing you get the women that are the meek characters and the guys that are typically the go-get-ems. But even the Fireflies, you have the guy,
I don't recall their name, but the girl that was the most devastated, that's we're gonna find Joel and we're gonna kill him slowly, not just get him, but we're gonna kill him slowly. And the guy was I guess we'll follow you, but it seems like he could have been cool not doing that.
Well, because most of the time the most interesting characters to watch are the ones that you don't know what they're going to do, which makes them the most volatile characters most of the time. And 90% of early media that I've ever watched or consumed, typically it's the dude. So now having a whole bunch of ladies be the ones that I'm just ooh, what are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do next? It's fun to be somebody that relates to that kind of stuff. I like to adventure. I like to be spontaneous. So
when we were talking in the last one too, I think maybe a little bit after the episode talk of, again, down the we don't know what way it's going with Dina, right? Is she interested in Ellie or not? Was that just a drunken flirty thing? Was that an actual interest? So we don't know if it's an obvious relationship. Oh, clearly they're gonna hook up. It's I don't know. So yeah, it's a lot of up in the air mystery.
There's plenty of questions to be had, but the only way we're gonna solve them is if we get to the episode. Are you ready, babe?
Let's do it.
Cool. For those of you that are new to my channel, remember this is going to be a watch-along series, meaning you will have to have the content open up on another tab in another browser, whether it be another device or another window, but make sure that you are watching over there and we will count down 3, 2, 1, play, and play at the exact same time so that we can watch the media together. This helps out because you not only get to watch it with a friend, but you can also mute us, pause us, make sure we go quiet. If you have to have a moment, need to go ahead and grab a Kleenex, you want to make sure you fully lived in the moment, unmute us whenever you're ready to do so, and then we'll be right there watching along with you again. It's like telling your friends to shh whenever the good parts are coming, so we don't spoil anything or don't talk over anything that you don't want to miss while watching the episode. So that's what we do on this channel. We'll see you in a second. Here we go. And we begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah. HBO. Bella Ramsey, Pedro Pascal. Pensive music.
Cool animations.
I mean, it looks soft.
Don't touch it.
But I kind of wanna. Think about all the
Do
health
not.
benefits. Like little
not.
fish eating your dead skin.
Gross.
Yeah. We're all gonna rot one day, Pat.
But not now. Look, it's the US.
So pretty. I imagine this is what you would look like under a petri dish.
Ooh, gross.
That's a nose.
There's an eyeball up there. That's his eye socket at the top.
I bet you it's like layered over and over because it's organic. So you don't really have to have the same thing and it doesn't have to be symmetrical, but you can just like and make it look like the same.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The Last of Us.
Alarm blaring. Fireflies!
Cool little medallion.
We're going back to the
Rampage!
Yeah.
Girl, why you seeing yourself? I'm assuming this is a dream of some sort, but I can't imagine they would throw in a time travel element. Dream time.
You called it. Are they in the village already?
Probably not. I think this is building up to them marching.
Hmm. Is this like all that happened in the years prior?
Now, is he tall or is she short, or a little bit of both?
Both. Because he's right in the middle. So this is probably even the buildings? No, not the same buildings that they found the crawly thing in. But it's the same time period.
Okay, so they do see... Oh wow, cool to see the scale of it. I think you're right. They're gonna end up, pleading for we need to, or asylum. We need help. How sympathetic do you think they're gonna make her? Like, do we like, oh crap, Joel did mess up killing this person that she's super close to?
Hmm. That's cool. Where do you find that? No.
Probably the smartest plan.
Yeah, because if you go in aggressive, you are the attacking force. But if you go in sneaky, again, you're gonna just poison the town.
Mm-hmm. Your guitar. Oh, dang.
Boo! Close. Yes. Close the door on him.
More planning.
There's a lot. Shit. Oh. Dina.
Dina.
Yep.
Yep.
Do not.
Earl.
Overall, like, decent. Yeah, you gotta have, like, plans. Although none of their strategy is good for fire. Yo.
The good stuff. Hey, good on him.
Yeah, for the most part, as long as he's being truthful about it
Yeah,
and not
it's-
wasn't made to do that.
Mhm.
Because the only, like, sure, she could accept his apology and everything, but if they are in dire situations, would he save her?
Right. Well, you know, it's like he seemingly meant it. He made him a sandwich with seemingly like that's the good meat, like the good option,
Yeah.
and said be safe. Like genuinely, it wasn't like be safe.
Yeah,
Like,
and at face value, I want to say thanks, but it's not exactly stakes right now. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there is stake, but like not stakes right now.
I'm gonna go the other way with it. It's gonna be does she save him?
Ooh,
Because then that's the like
be the bigger person.
Yeah, it's like he had tried to give an olive branch. Are you gonna let the grudge die?
Yeah.
Oh, you talked about like the impetus to make her a better person or like a better, stronger. So maybe he dies and then she has to live with that guilt.
I hope not. Don't you do it! Well, they were gonna pull out a gun. Snowy. Winter would be the worst. I would
Awful.
try to find somewhere like a decent climate, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, snow is good for zombies though, because it slows them down,
Maybe.
theoretically.
I don't know.
I heard what they said. Captions helped. I thought that was cat. No?
Yeah, maybe a hot environment works because maybe they rot faster. These horses are like, please.
There's Hank. If anything happens to you two, though.
Stay safe, horsies.
Yeah. Those horses are gonna die. They just
Probably.
left them.
Probably. 7-Eleven?
Let them get stolen instead. That'd be great. Ah! Mm. Same guy?
Is the therapist husband.
Couldn't be saved, or he was gonna spill a secret. And Ellie knows.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe,
Oh! Oh! Okay, I think I'm
maybe
catching on.
Maybe he was at the rampage and survived.
Yeah. Something like that?
And so, you know, an easy out of murder in this world is, oh, they were bit, sorry.
Yeah.
Or even letting them purposely get bit. Like,
She bold. Yeah. That was straight up avalanche.
ow.
I don't know if it would have been wiser to tuck or not, you know? Because then you just go faster.
Yikes. Ooh. Gross. How many of these get up? You think they're dead?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they're all getting up.
Oh.
This was what they were talking about, hiding under the ice.
Yeah. Hiding under the other dead bodies for insulation. Ew!
Dang.
I don't think she'll die yet. But this ain't good. She's gonna go for help?
Is this how she gets in the city? It's just like, help, I'm being chased.
Probably. Oh, she's leading them all to them. Oh, hello!
Well, maybe it's not the city. Oh, shit. That needs to be a Halloween Horror Nights ride. Oh my god.
Yeah, not the best idea. Oh! How?
Oh my god.
If after all of that, one takes you out, that would just be horrendous. Joel? Is it Joel?
Yeah. Guys, he's on patrol. Yep.
Yeah. No, and he's the one that saved her, and she's gonna be. Oh no! Oh my god. Good for her,
See?
bad for him.
We never know where this is gonna go.
Instant. She lost her gun, otherwise she would have shot him.
Yeah, they are.
Whew.
Wow, we don't even need to go into town.
I feel like at a certain point you shouldn't try to contact them.
Right. Yeah, if they're trying to hide and
Yeah.
you're making their walkies go.
Like that, that would get you killed.
Yeah, if they didn't know who was Joel yet.
Yeah, buddy. I guess they could always just turn the radio off too, but at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Not good for them to go out that direction either, though. Like my thinking brain is scared for Jesse right now.
Gross.
Burn it!
All right, who's dying this episode?
No one, please.
Damn.
That's a lot, dude. That's like Uruk High a lot.
And these ones had a lot of human features still. Like, they aren't fully mushroomed.
I wonder if that has something to do with the cold or not.
Maybe.
Straight up White Walker right now. Dang.
HBO really said, can we reuse all that snow and White Walker gear we got?
Throw a different filter on it, we'll see. Bells! I mean, yes and no.
They're coming. It doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah.
Oh no. One of them's dying. You had a focused kiss.
The routine goodbye kiss? That just sucks, dude. And again, goes a little bit with my theory of the kiss being the one that spreads things. I don't know. Giant mono fungus over here.
Pretty cool to see, like, the battle stations, though.
Is this like hot oil type stuff, or?
Yeah, they were loading barrels up, I think. Yeah, I don't think, even if you're an ace shot and everybody hits all their targets, you don't take out all those zombies.
I don't know.
I don't know, how much ammo do you have? Yo, flamethrower, let's go.
It is kind of neat seeing like a village prepared.
They had defenses. Yeah, they're not like...
Yeah.
Barricade.
So much. I don't think I'd let him hit the wall first. I think I'd take some out. Oof.
Yeet. Damn.
Oh yeah, they're just gonna start doing the Attack on Titan thing and just crawl on each other. Are you sure that's far enough too? Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, they got a whole other fire barrel.
Yeah, but they're gonna explode that one.
Hope your aim's good.
Well, with that many, you don't have to be that great. Good and bad. You have just limited all of your visibility.
Yeah, and now you have flaming zombies coming into
And that is a wood base, my dude. And if zombies are soaked in oil... I just don't know how smart or not that was.
Yeah, there's just way too many.
Yeah, without that, though, they would have been DOA. You liar.
That sucks, watching your city burn and not be able to do anything.
Where are they going?
Yeah, that's the scary part. Like, oh shit, what'd they find? Oh.
Bear?
No, they got Urukai.
Yeah. Big guy, take him down!
Shoot!
Legolas!
Shoot her!
Oh my god.
Oh no, he's going.
Oh my gosh.
God, how fucking terrifying.
Oof.
And that's
It's
all
one!
that fuel on one.
Yeah! Oh, I told you fire was gonna be awful! Oh, I'm mad about it.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. In a game, that's the one I would use fire on, you know? If I was only gonna put it on one thing, it'd be that.
This has got to get tough too when they're not as mushroomy, because it's like, are you shooting your townspeople?
You
or...
don't know. And that's what I'm scared of also, is like, is somebody going to get shot? And my heart's like...
Oh no. Start climbing, my dude.
Oh, come on. Take it out, Tommy. Take it out. Yeah. Ooh, kiting it, kiting it. Alright, alright. It's like barnacles on the bottom.
Shit.
Okay. You got another? Pop it in the back. Double tap. Pop it in the back. Double tap. Come on, buddy. Hit it or something.
Ammo conservation, I guess.
You do you think that they are conserving ammo in this? Just pick up the thing and smack it one good time with the empty gas thing. I would've. My tummy hurts. This is really upsetting. Get him.
Damn.
Are they gonna hold him hostage?
Maybe. Although I'm shocked that Abby didn't just tell them shoot them immediately.
Well, she wants him to suffer.
Right. But even just like in the leg, like.
Ooh. Well, this is her tactic. She's gonna
earn
just go.
their trust and.
It's good that you didn't say your name. A little bit.
Oof. Oh. She's gonna have a heart. I think she's gonna be the one that stands against her becoming too crazy.
Just gonna make an exception.
Yeah, we're not in Seattle. Oh, dang.
You've been carrying those everywhere for this? That's annoying.
I think, to be fair, they were probably at the lodge.
Okay, you're probably right.
But she does seem that vindictive.
Yeah. Should break his other leg?
Or his teeth.
HBO, don't you cut to black and then not let us know!
I feel like she's gonna stand up to her at some point.
Not now. So he's lost one leg, but two? I don't think there's a means of healing that, like, at all in this time.
Well, she's gonna find him.
She's also gonna get informed. They're gonna probably tell her. She probably already knows. She probably already knows because of the other guy. Eugene, or whatever his name was?
Yeah, that's true.
I think she already
saw the
knows.
firefly. Jesus.
Pretty place, though.
He's still got Jesse. Oh. if they're willing to do that, I don't understand why they let her live. Because, like, she knows this. Like, she knows I spent the last 5 years obsessing and planning, so what do I think she's gonna do?
That was just so rude, because now he could even become a thing. Oh. It's Jesse.
Ah.
Ugh. Ugh.
And what's insane is that if Joel just didn't shoot that one zombie, she probably would have got.
Wow.
Damn. Episode 2.
I'm sad.
That was. I did not think that. I figured from the get-go of the show that Joel would have to go, but I didn't think it would be like that. Did not think it would be like that.
Need tissue?
I'm okay, but yes, this is a very Kleenex-worthy episode.
Ugh. I prepared this time. My goodness.
That was rough.
Ugh.
That was brutal as hell.
My goodness.
And that's one of those, like, I don't know. I get the vengeance plot because you shot my family member who was defenseless, but he shot him in, like, he shot him in the head, like, and was dead. Like, there was no torture, there was no, like, he wasn't evil about it per se, right? Like,
Debatable.
He, you know, again, he was saving his daughter, you were in his way, he one-shot you, and that was it. He didn't shotgun you in the knee, torture you with golf clubs for an hour, and then
But he did kill 18 people, like, thereabouts, if I'm mathing right. But just how can you do that in front of somebody else that obviously has a connection with him, that is a young girl, you know?
Right. 'Cause, like, you would hope that she would know, like, I'm about to put her through what I did, what I went through.
Because quite literally, Ellie is 19 years old right now, if I'm right.
I think so.
And that's the age that she lost her father at. So, like, but she didn't even see it. She didn't even see that he was tortured or anything like that. But you have just continued the cycle of violence, like you
Which
said.
is why I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Again, why would she? If you're willing to be that inhumane and brutal to murder somebody, like, why would you leave her alive? Because you swore vengeance. Like, I spent the last 5 years plotting this. Like, what do you think she's gonna do? Like, or even any of them. Like, not, even if not her, like, that one guy was like, well, I got my one kick in, I'm good. Like, you would think that it's like, you don't want any witnesses. You don't want any, like...
It's not ideal by any means. And I'm frustrated because, like, it didn't come in where it counted, and you would think that adrenaline would have even pushed further than that. But I feel like either we are seeing how much people baby Ellie in her fights, or you are actually seeing in a moment of, like, her just being so distraught that what's happening that she got taken advantage of, like, in that situation.
She didn't tactfully enter and expect there might be somebody around the corner.
Yeah, but, like, also the scrapping, I was waiting for her to, like, get some good wrestling moves in, or, like, turn around.
Or take one of them out. I thought, like, when I thought that initial knife thing was like slitting a throat.
Yeah.
Like, just to get a kill in there.
But just to not even feel like Ellie could do anything, that's gonna just wreck her also. Mm-hmm. Because she didn't even get one.
No.
So it's just going to continue the cycle of violence and chasing people down regardless if this town survives. I genuinely thought the town either had one episode left, which would have been this one, or the next one. But we have that full breach moment, and we survived through that, which I am so glad we did, but at the expense of one of our main characters, because somebody had to go this episode. I thought it was going to be Jesse, but it wasn't.
I thought, it was going to be either Jesse or one of the married couple, Joel's brother, Tommy, or his wife, because they really made it a point to be like, they kept looking at each other, and he was going to be the last line of defense, and she was going to protect him, and I thought one of them for sure was going.
A beautiful acting moment that I think is always so powerful. I think it is such a cool thing to see strong or brave characters show weakness. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to specifically highlight Tommy here for a minute. That was brilliant and beautiful, and probably where I, like, most had the cry moment, because, like,
when he was hugging her.
Yeah, and just losing his knees, because not only is it, like, the town that just got wrecked and he's worried about the town, he was freaking scared for his life. Mm-hmm. He thought he was done for, and it was just pure luck that the fire had worked out on the big brute of a monster. Mm-hmm. So, like, that was a beautiful moment acting-wise, and just, like, breaks my heart, because it's like, oh gosh, dude, like, you're horrified. Not that everybody else isn't horrified too.
Sure.
But you see this guy that has been so strong, leading the entire community at the beginning of the episode, trying to hold true, like, not afraid to show fear, but to the point that you're losing your legs over it. It's just really, really cool.
And I always hate in movies, hate in the sense of, being a human that lives through that. Not that it's bad writing or anything, just like, man, that fucking sucks. The one guy, as it was panning into the town, that, like, I survived the fight, but I have a bite. So here's my gun. Don't let me turn. We might have seen this extra elsewhere and everything like that, but at the same time, I don't recall him. But already in 2 seconds on screen, you're just like, wow. I'm just like... Yeah, so good little moment for that person too. I was very happy. Now, I don't know if you pause it and just look at all the corpses and stuff, if there were any dogs. I was thankful that it looked like the dogs made it at the end. There was the circle of them. So yay, dogs surviving and being a badass. And horses too, because I thought a horse was going to be gone by the end of this, so... It doesn't mean that it won't happen by the end of all these episodes, but I have a feeling, at least I'm happy it did not happen in this one. Can I just say, I called it on the fire. I thought that was so dumb. When he was talking about how, like, all the kids need to go underground, all of the people that I've trained to shoot needs to grab guns and go to the second floor. Yes, that's, like, one of the only plans you can do. But everything in your town is wood. Everything in your town is wood. You've been building so much. All of this fire everywhere. It just is a bad idea, good idea, because it worked. Well, and then we saw, like, even if it's not the flaming zombies still burning other stuff, it's you as a human error. You get knocked back, and it showed that one flamethrower going into the pile of stuff. Thank God it didn't catch everything else on fire.
Maybe it caught some stuff, but we didn't see anything. You know what should have caught on fire, though? The dang clay pipes, but they didn't.
Well, that's where I think the next big question is, where I think you're right, where, like, the inevitable end of this settlement is because, like, now you've lost a huge portion of the population, but they made it a point to show that again, that that it's growing through all the irrigation and water systems. So
I just glared at my inner self because I was like, well, duh, they're gonna survive. We haven't resolved this story arc yet. But then again, it could have been one of those things where they came back to the town and something else had happened. So
I think you might still be onto something, though, with a sort of finale arc of this season is being that there are other ways to transmit it. Like you were debating about, could it be the kiss? It's growing through the pipes, so maybe it's like drinking infected water, or
maybe
like just some other way to have it versus the classic zombie bite. The ice one was terrifying. The avalanche, finding out how smart they were with like. That whole horde was under the ice. They were all just waiting for someone to just come by.
We had that, like, precursor to it. Like, we actually had foreshadowing. But I did not think that our Firefly team were going to be the ones that encountered that. For some reason, I thought it was going to be
I really thought that it was going to be an infiltrate and poison the city kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like Trojan horse it. We're like, hey, we're victims. Let us in. Earn your trust. Find out how to completely destroy you from within.
Yep.
And didn't need that at all. Like, literally, they chanced upon Joel and they're like, all right, then we're good.
And had she gotten bitten, or had he not taken the shot, he would still be alive right now, which is insane to think about. What a horrifying moment also, with the fence falling down. You were saying that needs to be in Halloween Horror Nights or something too. Just walking through.
Obviously, you wouldn't be able to do the, like, crawling through that.
Why not?
Just because you don't know everybody's people's sizes, but
and like claustrophobia and things.
But even just that, where it's like a 2 foot, 3 foot gap of like the fence pushing in, and like, that's horrifying.
Yeah, that they would like even.
Oh yeah, that they were sacrificing their whole limb to rip through the fence.
Oof. A lot of smart zombies in this one.
I think that end scene is the most terrifying part of any of these types of shows, where they just show how brutal life can be in certain moments. Is that, like, we were talking about, like, where is it going to go? Oh, they're like, Joel has to have like a sacrifice moment or this moment, and they're like, no, like, that's like, life could just, that's it. You pissed off the wrong person and they said fuck you and stabbed you in the neck. Well,
now the question is, outside of hunting them down, which I imagine it has to be, that makes sense for a video game too, of like Ellie going after, pursuing them. However, is that going to be the arcs from now on? Is Ellie just going to leave this town? Because we still have this whole other arc, unless we're going to like split up and actually have 2 locations for a story. Because I don't feel like we've done that yet in this season,
I think,
or last season.
I think you're right with that. The city's done. They're going to have enough people dead and find out that our water supply's done. We can't we can't survive here now. And so there will be enough people that will go on the Joel vengeance party. So I think it will be Ellie, Dina, Tommy.
But they have a kid.
Yeah, but it's your brother that you loved. I don't know. I don't know. And that's a source of drama there too, with wife saying you can't, like, please don't, and it's like, I got to. It was Joel.
Yeah.
But because we saw Jesse pulling up at the end, so it's like by the time they get back to town and people learn about Joel, the Fireflies will have like a day ahead of them.
Probably.
Maybe 2 days if they prepare.
Because they can't leave the town like this.
Right. They gotta assess and see what's up.
Yeah. So I don't think Tommy can go anywhere. I think Tommy is too much of the leader of this area to be able to go anywhere. But we'll see. Well, that might be contention in the next episode. My other curiosity is, the Fireflies, have they just been themselves this entire time? Or has it been also that they have their own encampment nearby, or their own location that they've been flourishing in, and this is just the patrol that's after Joel as well?
Interesting that there's a weed farm that I thought that was going to be Jesse's. That like the reason he knew it was because it's like, yeah, I have a weed farm up there.
That's fun, especially since he's supposed to be like goody two shoes and maybe potentially leading the town one day. So it's fun to see characters just be like a little bit off the kilter of the norm. It's fine. We can still be very to the T, but at the same time, not. Got our little secrets. I am still so curious about Eugene, though, the person that he originally went out with.
I liked your theory of that he was gonna have Joel was gonna have his secret told by Eugene.
Yeah, and
who
then
probably was at the rampage. And
I think it had to be something like Eugene is still a part of this town. Eugene is still a Firefly, something like that. 2010. I'm still like figuring out all the times because we are in 2029 at this point. So it's different. But I wonder if Eugene was telling Ellie about how they were constantly trying. They still hadn't been able to do an extraction from somebody that was immune, or they're was still looking for somebody that was immune. And he heard everything about the Fireflies through the grapevine or something like that. And in the process of telling Ellie, or was going to tell Ellie, Joel found out about it and either purposely let him get bit or ended him.
Yeah, because again, the wife had said it's not that you were the one that did it, it's how you did it. And so like it's weird to think about what that setup is.
And we got context clues from Ellie in this episode at the very beginning where she's like, there's something between us. And I get it how not everybody sees it, but there's something bigger. And it feels bigger than the teenage father issue. So I think that there has been a moment that we keep getting hinted at, but we haven't gotten any like information on. So context clues being what it is, I think Ellie was going to get some information and knows that they cannot have that information, or they have that information and they're just like, well, there's nothing we can do about it now. So it is what it is, but don't go killing people on my behalf, okay? So one of the two. I think it's gotta be that. One thing I wanted to touch on that's totally outside of the story of the episode. Everybody's got really stellar haircuts still. I'm just saying. Maybe a little bit shaggy.
We haven't met the town salon.
Maybe been a little bit grown out or whatever. But even the Fireflies, they're so good looking.
That was funny, though, that she said, like, you really are handsome. Like, that's, like, good for you on that.
Because we had talked about it last episode. They were like, oh, and they even call him handsome. You are. Well, that's nice for you. Too bad, though. But yeah, like everybody, even the lady with her shaved head, I was just thinking, like, where do you get to do all this kind of stuff? Y'all look fabulous for living out in the wilderness for so long. So, don't know if that took me fully out of immersion or not, but at the same time, it was just a little fun thing to note.
The apocalypse looks good.
Looks good. A little rugged around the edges.
But yeah, so we've got smart zombies that can plan. We've got rogue fireflies still out there.
Yeah.
We've got the roots in the pipes.
Contaminated water.
We've got no more Joel. And a very mad and sad Ellie.
Yeah, and I wonder how Dina's going to take it through all of this, too, because she basically was there for it.
Yeah, like she was a surrogate daughter as well. So now they're going to sister vengeance.
I really hope nobody blames anybody. That's the thing. I don't want Dina to blame herself. I don't want Ellie to blame Dina. I don't want Dina to blame Ellie for being there. I was surprised, not surprised per se, but like the shock of seeing Joel die is everything in that moment, but we didn't get any kind of moment of like, there's also Dina. Because those were both very important people to her. So we didn't need it really, because we are all so attached to Joel. We don't know Dina nearly as well as Ellie does. But I still feel like that could have been a powerful moment also. Not necessarily, Jesse could have seen her also, but I feel like having that double whammy at once to think Dina was dead would be an interesting one. That's okay. We didn't need it. It was very good written. It was very traumatizing. And that absolute shock of the first gunshot, I thought it was straight for the gut that she shot Joel. Both of us just full-on gasp moment.
Yeah, the shotgun. That was brutal.
It was intense. This episode was intense. Was it fully unexpected? No, so I didn't cry as bad. but I really, really enjoyed some of the story moments in here. I think they had an amazing way to write this and wait to have these characters come to this in episode 2. I don't feel like we have lacked on any story by having Joel already pass. I think it has already presented such a possibility for Ellie's arc. We'll have to see.
Where do we go from here?
In the meantime, everybody, you can check us over at twitch.tv, myself over at twitch.tv/Charvana, ACTORPAT over at twitch.tv/ACTORPAT, and don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and we will be back next week to see you next time. Have a good one, everybody! Until then! Mwah!